Hey guys, we have some bonus footage here of senior night. It's actually Robbie Savio, number 25. I will not be commentating here. We started a little bit late, but it is senior night here at Reading High for both football players and cheer. And we're going to leave a little extra footage here. I'll try to work the camera. I'm going to put the mics on out front so Ace Bryson can tell you what's going on. But I will run the camera for a little bit for the rest of our seniors.
Once again, fans, how about a nice hand for all of our seniors today? Athletic sales, thank parents, players, cheerleaders, kids, and their commitment to Reading Memorial High School. Thank you.
Hey everyone, thanks so much for tuning in. Looks like they started about 15 minutes early, so we did want to get some of the senior night festivities. We are set to go here in about 22 minutes. I'm going to turn the mics off, so we will be back here at 7 o'clock promptly. If there's any more activities around cheer and dance, I'll be sure to show them. But if not, we'll see you in about 20 minutes.
Okay.
Those are on.
Got like a table here. Six minutes. Here come the Belmonsters.
Hey Murph, what's up, buddy?
Hey Tim, welcome back. Another
We're
beautiful
here.
day
Oh,
at Hawks
I gotta
Fieldhouse.
do this one, Murph. I gotta do this. I gotta pull it off so we can hear each other.
All right, perfect.
Maybe you want to switch those too.
Okay,
All right,
sounds
switch
good.
that around. That might work. Hey everyone, welcome to game number 8 for the undefeated Reading Rockets. Rockets took care of business against Lexington last week. Tonight's our very last regular season game of the year. Belmont comes to town with a scant 1-6 record. Their only win coming against Lexington. We mentioned this last week, Murph. Belmont would love to play giant killer against the #1 ranked team in Division III, your own Reading Rockets. It is a beautiful day here, Murph. What do we have to look at for tonight's game?
Well, no matter their record, Belmont is the reigning Middlesex League champion. And so as you know, to be a champion, you need to beat a champion. And we have that opportunity here today. So despite their record, the Rockets have a mission tonight, and that's to win the conference, finish undefeated, and win the Middlesex League outright.
Beautiful. Love it. We got our captains out there now. We will take a break in a sec when we get to the national anthem. We get the honor guard out there, a couple of officers that we know out there. I think our boy Mike Fitzy's one of those guys carrying the flags.
Captains, of course, number 1, Jack Murphy, number 5, Jake Palm, and number 79, Jeremiah Sanford, who unfortunately had a season-ending injury at the end of last week's game.
Ouch.
Our big right guard. That's going to be tough for the Rockets to recover from.
All right, we're going to take a little break while we hit the national anthem here. Brian, work the camera. We'll leave these mics on.
As we honor those who have served to honor America. Ready High School marching band under the direction of Teacher Joe Mulligan plays our national anthem.
Murph, I got to tell you, the band in top form tonight. That's late season form for those guys. Sounded awesome. Got the honor guard over here. Beautiful night for football. Rockets looking to take care of business against Belmont.
Again, last regular season home game, so it was senior night here at Hollingsworth Field. So we had the dance team, the cheer team, and the football team senior athletes and families honored before the game. Nice little ceremony, and
I do want to tell you this, Murph. We asked to turn on a little bit early, which is 6:30. Senior night started at 6:15. We missed a number of folks that we would have loved to have had on there, but we did get a number of seniors on the earlier part of the broadcast. So appreciate that. Didn't know the timing, but
lots
we
of
did our
pictures
best
on social media and things like that.
Beautiful.
A chance to follow along.
Rockets going to kick off here to start.
Set to kick off for the Rockets.
It's our boy Austin McCloskey. Look out for number 8 to go kick and then go make the tackle. He's done
Rockets
that a couple
won
times.
the toss.
Great
and
kick
to
down
the
to the
second
5.
half.
It's stacked up immediately right around the 25-yard line where Belmont would take over 1st and 10.
Shocking, number 25, Rob Savio on the tackle. Special teams demon and linebacker extraordinaire.
Rob Savio has had an insane, great season so far. We're going to need him in the playoffs going forward. Later in this broadcast, Murph, we'll talk about playoff pictures and some things that could happen. But we're going to know this weekend.
Great little defensive change. We've got number 4, Zach Lindmark in that corner. We've got number 7, Zach Labriola, playing a safety spot this week.
How about that? The cameraman's son, Lindmark.
Oh,
The ball's on the
we got
ground.
it.
They bounce on it. Is that Boudiette? Oh, my gosh. Mike Boudiette pounces on the ball. Missed handle on the very first snap, and the Rockets are inside the red zone after one play. Not the start the Marauders were looking for.
Look for a trick play to come out here. This is what you get when you get a sudden change like this. Defense on their heels. Let's see if Coach Fury, Coach DiLoretto come at them with a dagger. Again, in the backfield, you have number 1, Jack Murphy, making it all go, flanked by number 2, Devon Bursey. Both should be all league, if not all state players this year.
Hand off to Bursey. Oh, he's got room.
Touchdown.
He's in alone. Wow. That was easy, Murph. Devon Bursey cuts right, cuts left, and takes it for 18 yards for the score with a mere 18 seconds in the first quarter.
So don't need trickery. We're just going to line up and hand the ball to Devon and let that big offensive line up front do their deal. And
they'll save one of those
touch.
trick plays for the playoffs, Murph.
That's right. Again, we have 14 Will Shoot back after he was in the concussion protocol. He's the holder here. Big Daniel Lewis hustling on to the extra point team.
Owen Ravens for the extra point here. Rockets, 2 plays from scrimmage, and the Rockets are looking to go up 7-0. Here's the kick here. It's low, and it gets blocked. Actually, no good. That's the first time that's happened in a long time because Ravens has been awesome this year. So, and here go the lights. He's on. Good to see we have a cop car getting some lights over there too. Someone pulled over. I hope that wasn't my wife coming to pick me up, Murph. 11:42, Rockets up 6-0. They're going to kick off here again.
So I was just about to say how Ravens has been solid in the kicking game. We're going to need him in the playoffs, no doubt about it. That was a little off. Might have been a situation with the hold.
Little high snap, little late hold. I don't know if someone got a piece of it, but Ravens has been awesome all year. And I'll tell you, a high school team, as Coach Fiore will tell you, without a kicking game, because we have them for a long time, can really be painful. So having Ravens be reliable is going to be critical come the playoffs. Here's McCloskey again. Nice boot. Wow, he's going to kick that right down into the end zone. That's a bomb.
Just a perfect start here for the Rockets. Didn't even have time to kind of call out some of the defensive players, but we'll start up front with number 70, Dan Lewis, 6'1", 315. He's flanked by senior Mo Kamas, number 57, and Barrington Anderson, number 58. They make up the 3-man defensive front that's been great for the Rockets all year. You walk Mikey Boudieppe up number 6 on the defensive end if they want to play a 4-man front. Riley Leonard, 55, and 25 Savio in the middle make up the front 6 and 7.
Boudieppe was the guy who hopped on that fumble to start and turned the ball over for the Rockets. And here's the second set of downs for the Marauders. Looks like Kyle Churchill, number 12, is the quarterback here. Handoff right up the middle, nowhere to go, gets stacked up immediately.
Rounding out the linebacker core, you have number 11, Sean Duras, an amazing season this year so far, making all of us forget that he had a brother Patrick or a brother Colin that played in this program, because what a season he's had. Of course, Jake Palm, number 5, strong safety, and I mentioned Linmark, Labriola, and Jamal Palmer at the left corner round out the defense.
Here's an interesting thing, Murph. That's actually Kyle Curtis, because they have first names and apparently middle names in here and last names on this thing. So forgive me, but we're going to get formal here. Kyle Churchill Curtis. Kyle Curtis at QB, 3 split left, 1 right. He said he goes back to pass. He's got a little bit of room here. He's going to run it himself, and he goes down inside the 20.
So last year, if you recall, it was a really good game at Belmont. I think Belmont had a senior-heavy team last year. A kid named Arno, I think, was a great quarterback. They had some dudes last year. Based on what I've seen so far, maybe a bit of a rebuilding season for the Belmont Marauders, but Rockets so far have been nearly perfect on defense.
Call it 3rd and about 8 here from the 18-yard line.
Coach Fiore's the best, though. He looks for any kind of motivation, and Belmont jogged out pregame and sort of ran through the senior families. that was not advisable before the game, as Coach, if he needed anything.
He's back to pass now. Rolls out right is Curtis.
Well
look
covered.
To throw and nowhere to go, and he throws it away, and they're going to punt it. Very well covered. And look for Belmont to punt right here. This is interesting, Murph. If you want to know the middle names of any other Belmont players, I got them.
I don't, so thank you.
Let's see if anyone wants to send us a text clamoring for that. Just let me know. What do we got going, Murph? You got any first shout-outs? You let us know.
Got a couple.
Belmont set to punt right now. Interesting setup. Look at this turn. He's turned sideways here up. Little motion. Snap, pulls it, kicks it. Nice boot. Gets it to about midfield. It's fielded right there by Pulpy, who takes it inside the 40-yard line. So once again, excellent field position for the Rockets on drive number 2.
I'm going to squeeze in a shout out to Mike Johnson, grandfather of 3 amazing Reading kids, 2 at the high school here, 1 at the Eagle Hill School. Mike is a big fan of the Rockets. He's over at the Pearl Street facility, assisted living, doing he's a huge Rocket fan. They watch the games over there all the time. Mike, we miss you out here, but we're glad you're enjoying it at home.
Right there, Murph keeps it himself, spins out right, takes it for about 5.
So I mentioned earlier in the broadcast that Jeremiah Sanford is out for the season, regrettably, but on the plus side, we get Ben Deemer back at right guard, number 54.
Oh,
you
man,
see that big club he has on his left wrist, but it's good to see Ben back in the offensive line.
Love to see Deemer back in there. Murphy in the shotgun, flanked by Bursey. Hands it to Devon, cuts back. Devon cuts inside and out, gets the first down and more inside the 25-yard line.
Devon had a crew here for senior night. Great to see the Burseys, including legend DeAndre, in the house. Although I don't know if DeAndre was here for the senior night. Maybe he was a little late. Riley Leonard, 55, the center, making it all go up front.
Murphy flanked by Bursey. There's Pulpy in motion. Hand off to Wright. He's the biggest wheels on the team. He gets outside. Oh, he gets pulled down right at the first down marker. It looks like he's going to get the first, but Pulpy has absolute wheels.
Another key injury from last week was Dominic Pate. Rocket fans will know number 15, great slot receiver, sophomore. He is out today, so you'll see 18 Ryan Pulpy have more of a role in the slot as a receiver.
Got it. Here's Murphy flanked by Bursey. He hands it up to Devon. What a hole he's in for number 2. Bursey and Murphy making it look easy right here early as the Rockets. You might see them try it for 2 right now. Let's give their down with missing the first one. They're going to go for the 2 here. It looks like good practice right here, trying the 2. Murphy comes in. He's got the call. Eight minutes here to go on the first. Rockets up 12-0, looking to make it 14. That's Jake Palm split right, all by himself. In motion was Cominos to get a whistle here.
A little false start. Looks like somebody might have moved up front. Rockets will be backed up.
Now we go for the 2 from the 7.5 instead of the 2.5. Let's go. Murph coming back to see if DiLoretto wants to change the play.
I think really, the Rockets could choose anything in the bag right now. The Rockets are having great success on all of their plays. Their goal here is to be efficient, stay away from the penalties, and be crisp on offense.
In motion, looks like Pulpy pulls back to pass. Now Murph, he's got to buying a little time. He does, easily evades it. He might take this himself, but he's got to get in there. Oh, he just missed it out. He throws it out there. It looks like
going to be a legal man downfield.
Might have dropped it.
Yeah, so it's a screen. So I told Jack about this. He doesn't listen to his old man. But when you run a screen and it's covered, the lineman's job is to run down the field.
Yeah.
Belmont sniffed it out. They were trying to get the ball to 33, Ben Peterson. And again, lineman downfield. Jack throws the ball. Hey, he'll learn and maybe not do that in the playoffs.
What do you know about being a quarterback, Murph?
He's laughing, too, because we just talked about this.
Oh, yeah. He's not laughing. He's going to say, Dad's going to kill me when I get home. All right, with 8 minutes to go, Reading 12, Belmont 0 as they kick off for the 3rd time early here.
This team hung with Lexington, by the way. And Lexington and Reading you know, in the first half it was reasonably competitive. So
that's their only win
all I can
this
really
year
give
is
them right
against Lexington. Oh, gosh. Doesn't
catch the
field
ball,
it.
son.
Picks it up at the 1, and now he gets a touchback here. Whew. An inadvertent touchback. He blew the whistle once he had it on there, so they'll bring it back out. But
So I don't feel bad for this Belmont team, because back in the 90s there was a basketball team from Belmont led by a Reading resident named Mark Mulvey, right? And as I recall, the Belmont team that went, 6'8", 6'4", 6'4" across the board didn't have a lot of sympathy on the Rockets when we were a bunch of hacks on the hoop court. So
listen,
there's no sympathy coming in my direction.
I'm just happy that you get your own personal vendetta scored tonight based on the backs of some high school kids, Murph. I love it. Empty set here. Oh, he throws it out there. Good run back there. Gets it about 3 or 4. Little swing pass.
Zach Lindmark on the tackle, number 7. Good to see Zach back after a couple games off with the shoulder injury, getting more of a play here at the safety position.
Murph, so tell me a little bit about Deemer. He's his first game back. Is he just playing offense tonight? Because he is an animal in the middle. I know he's trying to get healthy. What's going on with him?
Yeah, so, Savio steps in and does a really nice job. You get Riley Lerner back from injury. I think they're trying to ease Deemer into things, just putting him on the offensive side of the ball right now.
In motion right here, inside handoff. Oh, my gosh, there's some good penetration there. I think it was by, let's see who that was here. It was Sean DeRoss, number 11, in the backfield. Short gain here. It's going to be 3rd and about 6 here for Belmont.
So another adjustment due to injury. Of course, fan favorite, number 21, Ryan Fitzgerald is out. And so, if you recall, they had Pulpy playing more free safety. They've taken Pulpy, focusing him on the offensive side of the ball because of his speed and his playmaking ability. And they took Zach Lindmark, moved him back into the defensive secondary to a safety position with Palm.
Empty set here for Curtis.
Four-man front for the Rockets now.
In motion. Rolls out right, throws it up underneath. Oh, you can't pull it down. It's number 14, Lincoln Correa.
So what I do love about this is the Rockets are showing different things than they've shown all season. So if I'm a playoff opponent who gets a hold of this film, now I have to prepare for a 3-man front, a 4-man front, a nickel package, various people in the secondary, right? So I don't know if it's by design, but Coach Blanche, Coach Fiore throwing a couple different looks out there to give our potential opponents something to look at.
4th down here, and they're set to kick again. Number 90 is John Townsend. Interesting setup for John. He turns himself sideways, gets a sort of a rugby kick there.
Catch the ball.
Oh, he didn't catch the ball here. That's Labriola right there. Scoops it up, cuts left. Zach's got a little bit of room. He gets outside. Oh, and Zach turns nothing into something. Gets it to about the 45, 46-yard line of the Rockets. Once again, excellent field position. Nice job by Zach Labs.
So in our program that we sell, we have most likely to, and Zach Labs says most likely to be called Lindmark.
Yeah,
and Lindmark
right.
says most likely to be called Labs. They're the same height, the same blonde hair, the same smirk.
They look
like twins.
They look like Liesel's boyfriend in The Sound of Music. They're little towhead blondes. They look exactly like him. Didn't turn out well for him, but let's hope those guys have a little bit better constitution. Here we go, right there. That looks like Cominos up the middle. Oh, Brady takes it for about 6 or 7.
That's how you stock block somebody. 16. 30 yards down the field, burying the kid. I love that.
I like bringing in some 1964, old movie and musical. This is what I do.
You're the best at it.
Oh, he keeps himself. There's going to be a flag here. Murph, oh my gosh, he's got a ton of room in front of him, but it might be coming back. I will say this, I'm going to do a little humble brag. Not a humble brag, it's just a great experience. Our son Dan, went to school in Prague last semester, and we went over and saw him, hung out in Prague. We took a little train down to Salzburg, Austria. Did we do the Sound of Music tour? You bet we did it, and guess what? It was absolutely awesome. It was incredible.
Rolling the hills and
Oh my God, it was fantastic. It was really just a tour of Salzburg, but guess what? That's where they filmed all of it, so it was pretty awesome.
Tim
But
was
what
like
a great trip.
Fräulein Maria on that tour.
Oh,
singing,
my gosh.
Singing to the hills.
Yes, the hills were alive with the sound of oak. Here we go, 2 and second down here, right up the middle. It's Bursey, gets stacked up. Nice play right there by the D. Gets it to about midfield here for Bursey. But I'll tell you what, if your kids get a chance to go abroad and it's something that you can do, my son Dan, with his buddy Dan Damari, former captain, superstar here for the Rockets, and his buddy Matt Gurko went over there, soccer star. They only went to about 18 different countries in about 4 months. Oh, he keeps it himself. What a hole for Murphy. He's going to go. He's not going to be caught. 50-yard scamper. No one close. Jack Murphy. Wow, he does not have quite the jets of James Murphy. And when I say he doesn't have them, because he's much, much faster.
Jack's just having a great year. Great stock block by senior captain Jake Palm to free him. And, of course, the right side of that offensive line doing their deal. Huge lead for the Rockets here early with 4 minutes to go in the first.
Ravens in to make it 19-0. The Rockets having their way here. That one's more like it. Good snap right down the middle, and Ravens crushes it almost into the Croft track scoreboard back there. Beautiful. So let me get back to, I said you get a chance to go abroad. The brain trust that was Demario, Connor, and Gurko set up all their classes Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So they had every Monday and Friday off. What do they do? Travel around all of Europe. And I'm like, why? It's their top expense was an $84 flight to Geneva, Switzerland. I'm like, it was pretty awesome. It was a great
followed
trip.
them online. They had some great pictures, and it was interesting to follow their journey.
Great stuff.
They showed a lot of like the sites, but not a lot of the bars and things that they went to. I'm sure.
No, that's actually by design, I hope. But we went over there and we gave those bars a run.
We got a crew watching tonight from Oregon, if
Let's
you can
go.
believe it. You know Jake Palm and his father
do.
Randall's originally from Oregon. Grandma Fran is out there watching with a host of people. Shout out to Fran.
Love the Palms. You know what they're doing? It's happy hour at 4 o'clock on Friday out in Oregon. Sun's still shining, and those guys are watching some Rocket football.
We got Aaron, Alyssa, Cam, Kate, and Reese Vanderhoof, aunt, uncle, and cousins of Jake, all dialing in to see senior night here as the Rockets take on the Belmont Marauders.
I was told by my wife I used the Sound of Music joke a couple of weeks ago. The good news is no one watches us 2 games in a row.
I don't remember that.
I don't remember it either.
And you know what, Sue? Come on up here and try to do what we do every week. You know what I mean? 19-0 in the first quarter. You try to carry the conversation.
Sue is dying to hang out with me on Friday nights. Any other night, not so much. But Friday nights in the fall, she just wants to be around. Us. Curtis right now takes it out there. Almost no gain here. Rockets just a little too much there.
Amazing.
Hey, I guess I gotta be happy that Sue's actually watching at home.
True.
Because if I was her, I'd be out somewhere.
Well, her boyfriend's there. She got to make sure you're not coming home early. You know what I mean?
Makes sense. Makes sense. That's why she keeps asking me when I'm going to get home.
Are we allowed to say this stuff on TV?
I imagine the 28 people who are tuning in tonight will be okay with it. All right, 19-0 Reading, 3:46 in the first. And Belmont has not been able to get anything going. It has been a tilted field all morning. Or all evening. How about that? Handoff up the middle there. Cuts out left. He's
could have been a hold there. That's okay.
Wow. And the Rockets close quickly. Savio, DeRoss, Boudiette, about 9 people in there. Leonard taking them down. And once again, 3rd and long here for Belmont.
A couple of really good juniors in the game now. 31, Michael Caraco in the game. A great special teams player, getting some burn here on as an outside linebacker. Of course, Brendan LaMontagne, 44, another great sophomore. He's got a great future ahead of him here for the Rockets. Another junior, number 19, Luke Rogerson, 6'1", 180, really good athlete. Number 19 at the safety position.
They got to do
Jake
something
Palm
here.
on the blitz.
Oh my gosh, Palm's right on. He rolls out right. He tries to throw it out. Oh, he had him open and just overthrew him.
Oh, I like that pressure there by Coach Blanchard in the D, shooting Palm through a gap there. Again, not something they do a tremendous amount of during the season, but that's something that our opponents might have a look at for the playoffs here and have to protect against.
Curtis tried to hit Lincoln Correa right there. He had him open, and now another 4th down. Deep in their own territory. This looks like they're actually going to, out there, yeah, setting up for the punt.
Palpi and Labriola deep. Last time there was some confusion on who was going to catch the ball. That's the risk of having two back there. But it's like a center fielder and a left fielder, right? You got to have one guy call the other guy off and make the catch.
Kick right there, goes to midfield, gets picked up by Palpi. Oh, he's got room in front of him. He flies. See you later. Won't be caught. Palpi to the touch. Man, he sees the seam, and he was untouched on the punt return. And the first, listen, we might be seeing some new names come second quarter, not fourth quarter.
I have to get my glasses out. So let's talk a little bit about the playoffs. Rockets come into the game as the #1 seed in Division III. As many folks in Reading know, the past couple of years, our season has ended at the hands of the, CM, Bishop Feehan, those kind of teams,
yep.
right? No Catholic schools in Division III.
Yep.
So as far as I'm concerned, the tournament will be a fair fight, right? It's coming into the game, we're #1. We need to win by at least 14, which it looks like we probably will do tonight. And then we have North Attleboro and Foxborough playing. North Attleboro may take the #1 seed over us in the tournament, depending on how that game goes.
Could very well
Either
do
way,
that.
we should have a home game next week, probably Friday, and be in really good shape going into the playoffs.
So I think there's almost no doubt about a home game, Murph. It's just who, where. And you're right, the Rockets sit up top here. North Attleboro had a war last week against #3 Mansfield and beat them. So I'm looking at the rankings right now. The Rockets still sit at #1, but even undefeated could get jumped based upon strength of schedule and otherwise. So we'll talk about a couple of folks who sit around this one place 16. Right now, 14, 15, 16 are Woburn. We've seen them, of course. Westboro and Lynn English. A couple guys trying to get in on the outside looking in. Plymouth South, Whitman, Hanson, and Westfield. Those are some of the names of the 6 teams around there. One of the Rockets could play here next Friday night. 26
and of course, don't
to
forget
nothing.
the Fenway Park game. If you're listening out there, we're trying to get a big crowd to head to Fenway on November 26th as the Rockets take on the Stoneham Spartans at Fenway Park.
We are also doing everything we can to see if it's possible to broadcast. There are some logistical things that are in our favor, some that aren't. So we are doing our best to see if we can potentially broadcast that game from Fenway Park. Big shout out to the folks from Woburn who did it a couple years ago with some great feedback on there. But our key guy from RCTV, Luke Schneider, he's on vacation, man.
No, you can't take
You're not allowed to go on
vacation.
vacation,
No, you
Luke.
can't do that, Luke.
Are you kidding me?
But you've been doing the legwork on that, Tim. We really appreciate that.
Love to
I know
make it
a lot of
happen.
people want to watch it.
If we can, as you said the other day, though, Murph, sometimes it's nice to be a fan. Just sit back and go into Fenway to see the Rockets play. Oh, boy. They have nowhere to go.
Barrington Anderson, number 58, with the sack. Barrington's a junior, 5'11", 270. He's got some size and some quickness up there as the defensive tackle spot.
Out to pass, Curtis is hit by Reading. Number 68. Loss of about 5.
Murph, I got a shout out at the quarter for another Reading event, Reading High School event that's coming up that I want to give a shout out to at the end of the quarter here. We had under a minute to go here. Call it 2nd and maybe 16 here for Belmont. It's a pitch out left. Nice little hole there. Good job. He gets about 5 or 6, gets it back to almost the original line of scrimmage here. So
Rob Savio is playing side to side like a man on a mission. Boy, is he moving well laterally tonight. And on special teams. I think he's been at a solo or an assisted tackle on every kickoff so far. He's flying around.
Third and 11 here for, I tell you, Belmont hasn't seen the 30-yard line so far today. It's a rough go early on for the Marauders.
This is interesting. I love this defensive.
They're going to call timeout.
They have a quick defensive line with Jamal Palmer, LaMontagne, Duras at D-line. They should get some pressure on this QB with this look.
Hey, so while we have this break, they are going to go on the end of the quarter here. I want to give a shout out. The Reading High Drama Club is playing We Will Rock You over the next couple weekends. It is November 8th through the 17th. It's all of Queen music. It starts next weekend and the weekend after. Get out and go see the Reading High Drama Club. We get some friends who are hanging out in there. Love to see the musicals, too. I'm a sucker for the musicals, as we already talked about.
And here's what I'm going to commit to you right now, and I'm going to say it on RCTV, so people have to hold me to it. The football team will go to that play, and they will be represented, just like the drama kids come and cheer them on Friday nights. We're going to pick a night, and we're going to go cheer on the drama team in that amazing show.
I love it. Let's get back to my wife, Sue. Absolutely loves Queen. She's probably going to say, let's go see it. Okay, let me see if I can make it. We can. All right, second quarter here. Rockets in command, 26-0. It is 3rd and 11 here for Belmont. Haven't been able to get anything going. He rolls out back to pass. Huge pressure, throws it underneath, and absolutely wrapped up immediately by number 31 in there for the Rockets.
Michael Caraco.
That is Mike Caraco. Beautiful sophomore, 6'1", 155. Like seeing some names in here early, and it looks like the younger folks of the Rockets are going to get some time.
Yeah, I apologize. I think earlier I called Michael a junior. He's a sophomore, 6 feet, 155. Really nice player on the special teams and the defensive sub packages.
So Murph, just an update. November 3rd will be the bracket release for the actual tournament. It'll come out around 1 p.m. Rockets will be either the 1 or the 2 seed. There's another kick. Oh my gosh, and this one's blocked. He picks it up himself, tries to do something with it.
What does that say in the stat sheet? He punted it to himself.
Punted it to himself, got 5 yards, and the Rockets take over just outside the red zone. Absolutely nothing, actually inside the red zone. Absolutely nothing going Belmont's way here tonight.
So I don't think we were this, I don't remember being this bad, but there was a time when the Rockets were 0-10 in the Middlesex League back in the 1990s, 80s and 90s, right? So
yes,
you
I actually do remember those times.
Hey, you appreciate these kids from Belmont coming out here and, you know, they have a light team, a young team, and they're swinging away.
They suffered some injuries early too as they tried to find their, settle on, a lot of key positions. So, a rebuilding year for Belmont after you said winning the Middlesex League last year. This time they stack up Varsity. Nice job.
Wind in our face now, so if you're thinking about throwing the ball in the end zone, maybe a little bit of an impact with the wind or even the kicking game here. Strong wind going left to right. Pulpy and Palm split to the right. Devon Bursey flanks Murphy in the backfield. There goes Jack on an option.
Jack is right up the middle, takes it in untouched. Murphy up the middle, 10-20 in the second as the Rockets are pouring it on here.
My goodness.
Murph, I got to tell you, it's a sign of real professionals when you can turn a game like this into something entertaining, and I wish I knew a couple of professionals. I put them in the booth right now, but Rockets have this one in hand. Not necessarily surprising. We know it was a down year for the Marauders. Here's Ravens. Let's see if the Coach Fiore can start to mix up the lineup as he already has here. This one is actually no good. He got good time, so.
Oh, I thought that one looked good to me. Oh, that's something that we can clean up here going into the postseason. Now, in case anybody at home is wondering, the power rankings, they do take into account score but they cap it at 14 points. So if the Rockets scored 100 here today, it wouldn't matter.
Yep.
As long as you beat the opponent by 14, you get the maximum number of points for the power rankings. So Coach Fury is certainly not going to be running this up intentionally today.
And a critical one isn't necessarily even the average margin, it's your opponent's ranking. So when someone like North Attleboro beats up a Mansfield, and they're both running 2 and 3 here, I think you said, I'm not sure who you said they're playing this week, but they're playing
Foxborough.
They're
Good
playing.
team.
They're playing Foxborough.
Yeah.
I think Foxborough actually sits in a higher division too.
Yeah.
So if North Attleboro beats Foxborough, you could very well see them, even with one loss, leapfrog the Rockets for the #1 spot. Doesn't really matter, 116, 215. But nonetheless, we will find out on November 3rd who the Rockets are going to face. Oh my gosh, there is absolutely nothing going Belmont's way today.
Well,
Incredible.
insane father Brian Leonard actually did the math on the power rankings.
Now I know.
He told me today.
Let's go.
He told me today that North Attleboro has to lose or beat Foxborough by less than 7.
Really?
And we retain #1. If they beat Foxborough by more than 7, they leapfrog us. We go down to #2 in Division 3.
Is his name Learnerd or Learn Nerd? You like see what I did there? See what I did there?
Leonard the Nerder. Oh,
Nerd.
that's not right.
He's not going to care.
Oh my
By
God.
the way, he's sitting right over there, Tim, and he will absolutely murder you.
That's the nerdiest thing I've ever heard in my life, and I love it. I love every second of it. The nerds are inheriting the earth, Brian. Clearly, I mean, look at yourself.
Of course.
Everything's going your way. All right, back pin deep, swing pass right here, get a little bit of breathing room. Nice play, one of their better ones from scrimmage here for Belmont.
Okay, so we all know Billy Carnes, right? The beloved assistant coach here for the Rockets, a star for the Rockets
Great
back in
dude.
the day. And many of us know his mom, Bobby. She's down in with her dad, Frank Palomaro, who's a 99-year-old World War II veteran.
I love it.
Watching the game home in New York. Just want to shout out to the Carnes. Billy, a cancer survivor, doing great. He's 3 years cancer-free. I hope I got that right. Awesome tutor for the kids. Kids love playing for him. And it's great to see Frank down here in New York.
Billy
Sorry
Carnes
about the
is
Yankees, Frank, but you're
Shout out
watching
to
a winner
Frank.
tonight.
My dad was a World War II veteran as well. Lost him a few years ago, but 99 years young for Frank. I love it. Big play. Best one from scrimmage right now, right at the middle. That looks like Korea. Large run up there. That's a first down. Maybe their first one. 9 minutes to go here in the half.
First down. I think that's their first down.
I think so. Small
Okay.
baby steps here, Brian. Let's go.
Okay, we got a name. Adrian Muniz in the game, senior, 5'8", 250. Played this game since he's been in the 2nd grade. Giving Dan
Back to
Lewis
pass,
a
get a little
little.
bit of room. Rolls out right. It looks like he's got a guy open.
get it, Jamal.
He's just done. Oh, wow.
Okay.
He actually hit him. Number 9 was like Casey Reagan. Got his hands on it, couldn't pull it in. Nice pass. He laid it right in there with excellent coverage around him, just couldn't pull it in. I tell you, that Labriola family's everywhere. I got a shout out from them in Arizona, and then I just got a shout out. He goes, I'm 30 yards away from you guys. I think it's Zach Lab's granddad. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Bill Kingsley, he's here.
Bill's
he's sitting over there.
in the house.
He's
He's
the most
looking up
famous
at
guy
us.
on RCTV.
He's, oh my God, he's waving
He's
to
got
us.
more shout-outs than anybody.
I know.
Great to see Bill here for
He's
senior
like the
night.
Gary Barrow of 2024. 2nd and 10 right here. Inside handoff. Gets stacked up immediately.
Bill Kingsley, of course, the granddad of Zach Labriola, traveled here for senior night, along with many, many family members. It was a really nice ceremony before the game.
Hey, Bill, what we need you to do is come hang out for another week or two for the playoffs. Let's go.
We have Arizona weather here this time of year.
Oh
Why
my
not?
gosh, it was incredible. Downright hot the last few days. And I just said downright.
He did.
Brian, can you imagine?
I let it slip.
I think listen, I said downright. Does that make me, I think I'm 75 years old. You know I have a stranglehold in the English language, Brian, right? It's pitch out here, goes out right, gets stacked
Jake.
up. Wow, palms in there.
What a tackle. Sometimes Jake does things that other kids just can't do, and that is a textbook tackle right there. Really nice job by Jake.
Jake said no, and it's going to be 4th down here, and they are kicking again. 7:07 here to go in the half. The Rockets up 32-0.
23, Tyler Marchlick in the game. Junior, 6 feet 170 on the punt return team, flanked by Palmer and Ben Peterson.
We got Pulpy, and it looks like, I don't know if that's Zach Labs back deep. This kick right there, that's a
Good
great
kick,
boot right
good
there.
Kick. Get it on a box. Go get it.
He's going to go get it. He's going to let it go. Got too far away from him. Zach
Okay,
Labs.
so a couple things we can clean up. Our punt returns
Yeah.
and our extra point field goal unit hasn't been as sharp as Coach Fiore would like this time in the season. So certainly something for him to coach at halftime. I'm sure he'll be all over that.
Coach Fiore finds a way, even a 32-0 blanking, to find something he can rip into the kids for, I could imagine.
Yep. As you need to, right? You got to keep these kids motivated. You got to keep them sharp, or else they get complacent, lazy.
The analogy I have, Murph, is me being a perfect husband.
Yeah.
And yet my wife still finds fault. I don't know how she does it. She finds it.
She
lets
just
me
wants
know.
you to be the best you can possibly be, Tim.
You know what? She pushes me to be better than I should be every day.
Right.
I love you for it, so you're the best. Where are we meeting after this game? All right, here we go. Murphy and company. That's Pulpy. He's got some. Oh my God! He is absolutely could go to the house. Pulpy cuts back. He rips it for about 50 yards right there inside Belmont territory. I saw a hole there. I go, my gosh, they're not going to catch him. Fortunately, they do.
So again, Pulpy's getting the Dom Pate reps here at that slot, and boy, the two of those kids really have, speed that you can do some things with out of that slot position. Having them both in there would be a dangerous combination.
Tell me a little bit more about Pate. Is he on track to come back in the playoffs? Same thing with Fitzy. How about Fitzy?
Yes. So Fitzy's was a little bit more, serious. It was a lacerated spleen. He's hoping to be back for Thanksgiving.
Oh man, inside handoff to Devon, and no one is in front of him. He's going to the house. Devon Bursey.
Grab Devon.
42-yard scamper.
Oh, you got a penalty on something. What was happening on the?
There's a
penalty.
Penalty
was late. So just to finish up that thought on Dom, he's in the concussion protocol. I don't think it was anything major, but the great training staff here at RMHS making sure that he's healthy. He should be healthy and back for the playoffs.
Beautiful. Love to see it.
So you think about this team next year. You got a really good quarterback in Will Shute, who's a junior. Hasn't seen much action this year. Obviously, Jack's having a wonderful year. But you've got Brady Kamenos coming back. You've got 16 Bobby Morris, who's all over the field. You've got Pulpy. You got a couple of guys up front. These guys, Rockets are going to reload pretty well next year.
Back.
Duras on the defensive side, absolutely, with LaMontagne. We got some.
Oh my gosh, LaMontagne, absolute beast. His Ravens for the extra.
Okay,
bombs that one right down the middle. 5:20 to go. The Rockets make it 39-0.
So speaking of the future Rockets, one thing we have at the end of the game, we have all the youth players here in Reading. In their uniforms. They're going to come after the game for pictures and autographs with the Rockets. I've got a gift card to Chipotle for the youth player that gets the most autographs from the Rockets at the end of the game.
I love it.
We're going to win. The youth teams the numbers are off the charts in Reading. And while I have a chance, Tim, big playoff game this weekend. Reading is hosting the AYF, which is the Youth Football League. It's no longer Pop Warner, it's AYF. Yep. First and second graders at 8:30 a.m. It's a time zone change, so you can get here by 8:30 for this, right?
Oh my God! That's actually 7:30 too, because we fall back on our brains.
Oh, okay, yeah. So anyway, third and fourth graders at 11 a.m.
Yep.
And then the 7th and 8th graders at 5 p.m. That's a Reading versus Reading team. So, short story, come support the Junior Rockets here.
Are they playing here, Murph, or elsewhere?
Playing here.
Okay.
Playing
I know
here.
sometimes
all
they
day
play
long.
Parker.
And the youth program has never been stronger in terms of numbers.
I love it. This one a little bit into the wind is short. There, oh my gosh. And then, who's that? McCloskey. He kicks it
He
off.
almost took it back.
He almost did a scoop and score right there. Belmont they have tough fielding any punt, any kick today.
I'm not sure I've ever felt worse for an opponent. My God. They haven't done anything right today.
It's a tough go. I'm feeling pretty bad for the three of us up here, too. And the people who are
never
listening.
did this to us. This bad.
I'm feeling bad for the audience. That's probably dwindling right in front of our eyes right now. Nonetheless, hey, the cheerleaders, look at this thing over here. Get that down. Oh, get it quick, Brian. They got the pyramid going. Oh, look at this. They're throwing candy out to people. Here we go. Right up the middle is Bursey. He cuts left, and he is going to go to the house. Wow, this is rough. Devon Bursey just runs for 42 and 39 in the last 2 times he touches the ball. 5:02 to go in the half, and the Rockets up 45-0.
So we have a good halftime guest. We've got the Rockets field hockey team who are playoff bound themselves. We've got the couple of captains, couple of seniors. You're going to do the honors, if that's okay, Tim. And
yeah, well, let's do it. Let's do it. I'll meet the field hockey team.
Playoffs.
I think we have one of the Whitmers, a former player.
Yep, Jordan
Whitmer's going to come up and see us on the in the second half. Talk about Jordan playing here, his brother playing on the team, Jacob. We'll get him up here. Possibly have some players from the class of 1984 if they can make it. They're in town for their reunion this weekend. I'm actually working the door. My sister's in the class of 84, Murph.
Yep.
And what we've done over the last few years, because I end up sort of running our reunions, is that I will work the door at her reunion and she'll work the door at mine. I want to tell you a little story. One of the last reunions we go to, she's working the door. We're 15 minutes in, and there's people just walking by, $50 a piece who haven't paid. She's on the dance floor with Jimmy Lucci. 10 minutes in. I'm like, what are you doing? This just caught. I had to remortgage the house to pay for our last reunion because my sister was a terrible, terrible door person. It's a very short kick there. McCloskey gets fielded right there, goes down, and it's going to be the best field position of the day for Belmont.
Again, back to the Belmont team. Yeah, they got an uphill battle in the second half, but hey, these kids are putting their pants on, out of practice every single day. They're running, they're sweating, they're hitting, they're putting their best foot forward. You know, they still got a game to play here, probably on Thanksgiving. Yeah. Not a playoff team, of course, but they got some stuff to play for and building for the future.
Well, listen, Murph, we lived it last year, right? It was we had a good team that the record didn't show it, but it was a rebuilding year, right?
Yep.
Rebuilding year for Belmont here. And like you said, it's very quick in high school. You go for Middlesex League champion, you lose a couple or a bunch of seniors, and things can change very, very quickly.
I think they're play Watertown on Thanksgiving, if I'm not mistaken. If somebody out there knows that, let me know. But that's a good, that should be a pretty good battle, Watertown Belmont on Thanksgiving.
I'm going to give a little shout out to my buddy Pat Barbera, who's from Belmont. Went to Boston College with him. And I just want to tell him that the Rockets are killing Belmont right now, if he's not hearing this. Someone call Pat and say it's not looking good for the Marauders. Oh, stacked up immediately. There's Sean DeRoss, his palm. Number 29, Cyrus Cousins in there on that stick, too. Cyrus is a sophomore, 5'9", 210.
Nasty visor on Cyrus, too.
Nice to see him getting some time.
For years, Coach Fury wouldn't allow the visors, but I don't know, Cyrus has got one. Devon, he's getting a little soft in his old age, you know what I mean?
Yeah, any rationale behind the Fiore no visors? Or?
Because kids do it just for to kind of look cool. You sort of have to have a medical reason to do it.
I'm with you.
But I don't know, maybe he's
in high school,
letting kids look cool. Exactly.
Oh, that one's up. Can't connect here. It's going to be fourth down here for Belmont. What's wrong with looking cool, right? I do say this, like sometimes you put the actual tinted visors in there and you actually can't see anything.
Yeah.
Who are you kidding? You look cool, but you know, you missed that block. You missed that block. Can't catch the ball. It can happen. 3:14 to go here in the half. The Rockets in command. So we have a. It's funny. I looked it up. I had to bring my book of the Rocket record holders. One of the folks from 1984, a guy named Brett Matthews, right? Played. He is tied with the most career interceptions. Brett is flying in tonight. We're hoping he can join us for the game, but I'm definitely going to see him tomorrow. Ooh, nice job by Zach Labs right there to pull that one in. That could have been tricky.
Tough wind.
But Brett Matthews went on to have a stellar career at Dartmouth, another Ivy Leaguer, right? And then moved to California and crushing it out there. What a great guy.
He's back here tonight, did you say?
He is back here tonight.
All right, maybe we'll get him on in the fourth.
His plane was landing at 6:15. I said, if he can make it, let's get in here. We'll talk to you about the class of '84. And, you know, lefty Kevin Mello is out there. The lefty 1984 he was like the Kenny the Snake Stabler in '84.
He was our freshman coach.
How about that?
Yeah. Coach Mello. 4
Right
years,
there.
boys. What he would say. 4 years, boys. I never fumbled once. You guys fumble every day. Never fumbled in 4 years.
That sounds like Mel. That sounds like Mel. He's a great guy. I'll be seeing those guys tomorrow.
Headed down tomorrow ourselves to Brown UPenn Ivy League tilt.
Oh, beautiful.
Might have some implications in the Ivy League tomorrow.
Well, listen, I'm getting some late word that Matthews may not make it, but I do know that Nate Cross and Mike Crispo are listening. And if those guys don't show up to the reunion tomorrow, I'm going to savage them next week. I don't care if they're in Chicago or wherever they are. Oh, this is Cominos right here. He's got absolutely no one in front of him. Bob, great job just to haul him down. Taxes him from behind after about a run of 30. You know what? We could bring Crispo and Nate Cross back here tonight and see if they could get a couple of yards.
You have the Hooligan Saints playing at the reunion or no?
No. I'm going to actually work the door, take some pictures, and actually be a responsible, hiree to take care of the class of '84.
Oh, we got to get some sponsor shout-outs too, by the way, before we end this one.
This looks like, hey, is this Belmont here, the Belmont squad, or is that the dance team down here? That's the Reading dance team. We're going to get those guys here too.
With a minute left to go, Tim, let me go ahead and get some of these amazing sponsors, led, of course, by Post 1917. If you haven't gone there yet,
nice.
Great spot in Reading. Touchpoint Financial, Athletic Evolution, Columbo's Pizza, Cupcake City, Empower, Dynamic Sports, and Douglas, Edgerly, and Bessem Funeral Home, among others.
Johnny Douglas is working the grill over there for the Snack Shack tonight. From Douglas, Edgerly, and Bessem. He's working the grill tonight. He's like, am I going to see you tomorrow night? Okay, I go, give me a free cheeseburger and I'll show up.
Austin McCloskey on the carry. Finish up Everything But the Dog, Latham Law Office, LBP Insured, The Wash Depot, Bill Toomey Irrigation and Lighting, Gagnon Landscaping, Gilbert Insurance, Lee Kimball, and Del Sur. Del Sur, the empanadas, the new empanada store on Main Street. Go check out Del Sur for some empanadas.
All right, they're going to call it the half right here. The Rockets in command, 46-0. And we are halfway through this thing. Let's hope we see some different names in the second half. Murph, if we have, we're going to take a little break right here. If we get the field hockey team and some other folks to join us, we will have a little interview. Brian, awesome halftime show by the band. We have the dancers here. Listen, we're going to bring some special guests up here for the second half to join us. Let's see if we can get them going. And let's see if we turn that camera before we get started here, too. All right, so pull that off if you can't hear yourself.
Like that. Like
just
that.
so you can hear us.
Okay.
Hey, Brian, we are here with a couple of members of the Reading Field Hockey team,
Yes.
right? Tell us who you are.
My name is Libby Quinn, and I'm the captain of the Reading Field Hockey team.
I'm Mary Lewis. I'm Morgan Brown.
All right, so awesome. Great, all seniors, right?
Yes.
All seniors are graduating the Reading Field Hockey team. You have the playoffs coming up. Tell us what's happening.
Our first playoff game, we have the opportunity to play here, home on the stadium. We're very grateful for it, and we're playing on Monday at 4:15 versus Westfield.
Versus Westfield.
Yeah.
That's a long ride for them, so
Yes.
hopefully they'll be tired, right?
Yep.
You take it
Yeah.
over?
Yep.
That's awesome. All right, listen, I'm going to put you guys on the spot. What did you do that you could actually tell us that you did last night on Halloween?
Last
Right?
night,
Yeah. And you looked
I-
like you were all dressed up. You're still dressed up for Halloween. Did you get out of this costume? Or you been in it?
I slept in it.
Did
I
you?
woke up this morning, Ronald McDonald.
All right, I love it. You didn't go to bed, Ronald McDonald? You just woke up that way? All right, that's pretty crazy. Listen, I have a question for the one in the middle. Mary, is it Mary Lewis? Is that right? I want to know who your favorite uncle is and why it's me.
It would definitely have to be Uncle Tim.
There's a lot of reasons, isn't there? Yeah, probably too many to count, right? How about yourself? All right, you know what I want to do? I want to give you guys each a chance, give a couple of shout-outs to the team, and then any of your friends. Let's go. You can just put that mic there.
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead.
I would definitely like to shout out our coaches, Coach Yule, Coach Mag, all of them. They all help us reach our goals every day, push us harder, and we're so grateful for them.
I want to shout out all the seniors, our friend Michelina, and our friend Megan Fitzpatrick. It's her senior night tonight.
I want to shout out Ashley Brown. That is my sister. She's a junior this year. We play on the same team, although sometimes it can get a little heated. It still is very fun playing with my younger sister.
Listen, yeah, it's your sisters. They keep you better. They keep you on top of your game. All right. Any ideas? Is it too early? Next year plans? College plans? Where you guys looking?
I'm committed to UVM for lacrosse.
Beautiful. Let's go. So what? Field hockey and lacrosse? So you just
lacrosse.
you do everything.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
What else do you do?
I play ice hockey too.
Of course you do.
Yeah.
Mary, what are you doing? Any idea? Any plans?
Going to college, hopefully.
Well, listen, Mary, if you don't, you can come over and hang out with us. It's fine. It's fine. I have to take you in, family, right? How about yourself?
I also plan on going to college. I got all my applications in today.
Yes.
Looking forward to some answers. Hopefully, I get into the ones that I want.
All right, well, listen, awesome having you guys here. We're about to start the second half. We're going to bring in some former players. Jordan Whitmer, former player, is going to join us. Thank you very much for joining us, girls. See you later.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey guys, before we get back to the action, we'll put Jordan on camera here. Handsome guy, Jordan Whitmer, former player, graduated a couple years ago, Jordan?
2023.
Right? He's joining us for a little bit of halftime, a little bit of earlier third quarter. I told Murph, take some time off. I got a new guy who's taking your spot. Let's look over here to the game and we'll call a little bit. Let's see what we can do. Jordan, while we're here, Rocket's going to get the ball in the second half here. Let's see who's back. It might be Labriola. Maybe Brady Cominos. Let's see, a good kick here. Looks like it's going to go out of bounds. It's going to be a flag. So, Jordan, listen, you've been out for a couple of years, but you're a part of this team for a long time. Tell us what it means to, come back on a beautiful night, and then tell us what, the Rocket experience meant to you.
Man, it means a lot. I'm very, very happy to be back. It's my first time back in Reading since I graduated. I was at Thanksgiving in Stoneham last year, but it just hits different here. The Rocket experience, man, it's different than anything I've ever experienced in my life. I'll forever say that it's the best thing I've ever experienced, those 4 years of high school football. It means so much to me. It definitely taught me a lot of really valuable lessons. I take so much from these coaches and my teammates, lifelong best friends. Man, it's incredible.
I'll say the same thing. When you got 11 guys on each side of the ball, it's not just the guys who are on the field all the time. It's the guys working scout. It's the guys working everything else to make things together. I'll tell you what, and you said it right. There's life lessons to be learned from being on a football team, right? Having 22 guys working together to make success. This year's been an incredible year for the Rockets, right? They look to be going 8-0 here today in command. Let's see if it's they've got Murphy still in there. No, they've actually switched it up, putting some other guys in here. I gotta check the numbers here. Oh my gosh, they're still going. Austin McCloskey getting in there. He's the guy who usually kicks and makes an incredible amount of special teams plays. He's our backup, one of the backup running backs. Austin takes it for about 40. And it looks like, I think it's Will Shute in there, gets in there. So he's back. He was hurt last week. So Will is the backup quarterback right now. He's a junior. He's likely the leader in the clubhouse here for some snaps next year. So good to see number 14 in there. Jordan.
Studying sports management?
Sports broadcasting. Yep.
Oh, my God, Jordan. We've been looking for someone to take over for us, and I think I got a guy in mind. Might be right next to me right here, right?
Hey, any way to get into it, I'd love to.
So, listen, I tell you what. You're at Coastal Carolina, that's
Yes.
right?
Yep.
Beautiful. Tell us about that. It's a beautiful campus. We know some other Reading guys that go there. Tell us what's going on.
It is an absolutely amazing campus. There's so many opportunities at that school. It's a beautiful area. It's right outside Myrtle Beach. So much to do there, so much fun. They have my program. It's everything I've wanted in the school. I'm very happy with my decision to go there.
So I tell you, it's a tough and competitive business, but the one thing I tell you is keep going. Keep going. Because if you do something you love, eventually you'll become the expert in it. And sometimes early on, when you get into a competitive field, it's a tough go. There might not be a lot of money, but the guys who are the most passionate about it are the guys who rise to the top. I think you got a little spark in you, buddy. I can tell already.
Yep, that is absolutely my goal.
All right, so, there we go. Hey, listen. Jordan, you're going to get trial by fire right now. We get the varsity roster right here. We're going to let you call either a little play-by-play or color. You let me know.
I can try a little play-by-play. I've never tried it before. Let's give it a shot.
Hey, let's give it a shot right here.
Who did you say was in at quarterback?
It's Will Shute right there, number 14.
Gotcha.
Right?
Yeah, Will Shoot, that's a kid I actually, he was a freshman when I was a senior, and we played 7-on-7 together, and he made some really impressive throws as a senior to me. Hands it off, looks like it's Austin up the middle. Nice 2-3 yard gain there on 3rd down. But yeah, again, that kid made some really nice throws. I actually caught a touchdown from him in 7-on-7 the summer going into my senior year. He definitely showed some promise. I think he's going to be good for this team next year.
Beautiful. Owen Ravens, our kicker, is coming in. He's on a looks like he's going to pull him back out. No, just put him in there at receiver. Up comes Evan Manfredi as Coach Fiore and the team get some new bodies in there. So Shoot is going to be flanked by, I think it's 29 out there, is Cyrus Cousin.
I mean, what are we doing? We're probably going to stay to the ground most of the time, right? Just the way.
What a play. Look at Cyrus Cousins.
Run.
First time he touches the ball, he takes it to the house.
That's got to feel good.
Nice hole by the line.
Fantastic blocking.
Cyrus's first handoff, he's not going to forget as he takes it for a touchdown here as the Rockets continue to roll. So, Jordan, were you here when the new field was put in? Was it halfway through your career here?
Yeah, my last season was the one season we got to play on the new field.
Oh,
Man,
beautiful,
it was a huge difference, I will tell you that much.
It's incredible, huh?
Yep.
His Ravens for the kick. Puts it up and drills it right down the middle. So the Rockets are pouring it on here, even if they're not trying to pour it on. But Cyrus Cousin with the 20-yard scamper, 6:49 to go here. Jordan, any shout-outs you want to give? I know hey, listen, your brother's on the team, right?
Got to give him a shout-out.
You got the mic. Let us know what you're thinking.
Definitely got to give Jacob a shout-out. I'm proud of him for what he's done. I want to talk about Ben Deemer. Kid fights like crazy. He's got the thing on his arm right now, but he's not going to stop playing. That kid's been an absolute dog since I was on this team. And
Deemer's got a high motor. He's my former neighbor right on Curtis Street. Moved over to the big side of town, right? The Deemers love the whole family.
His older brother's my best friend.
I'd love to see Ben get back on the defensive side of the ball, but hey, probably a pretty good game to ease back into game speed as we get into the playoffs, right?
Yeah, definitely a good transition. Want to give a shout out to Jamie Donahue. I used to work out with him and his brother every single day.
Couple of big boys.
He has improved vastly. He is incredible.
Swarming right there. It looks like number 19, Luke Rogerson, in on the tackle, and a couple of others. Jamal Palmer in there, as well as Zach Labs. Tell you, it hasn't been a great day for the Marauders, unfortunately. They've had tough field position. The Rockets are just too much for them here today.
Yep.
We talked about it a little bit earlier, it's playoff time, right? And so, the Rockets right now, I wanted to give an update, is that the key game that could move the Rockets to the 2 seed is that North Attleboro-Foxborough game. Foxborough is presently up 12-0, so if it stays like that, the Rockets will likely hold the number 1 seed. Doesn't really matter.
He's a stat guy. He probably,
yeah.
I've known him since he's been a young kid.
Is he a stat guy like Ryan Lerner? Is it like Brian Lerner?
Have you been following the MIAA?
Honestly, probably not as much as I should have.
Well, you should.
Well, he's down in coastal Carolina. He's hanging out in the good weather.
I see what I see on Twitter and Max Preps, but there's only so much I can do 800 miles away.
What else do you do down there, Jordan? Do you play any golf? What do you do?
Definitely play some golf, a whole lot of fishing, everything outdoors. It's beautiful year-round.
I love it. 2nd and 10 here for Belmont.
I used to drive Jordan when he was a little kid. He was my son, and he knew every stat about everything. I'm sure you still do.
Listen, I think so.
Probably a pretty good thing to do if you want to get into sports broadcasting. Hey, Jordan, when you make it big, just bring me back in just once. Just wheel me in and say, hey, Mr. O'Connor gave me my first little start here.
Absolutely. I will not
listen, I
forget
got to try to take credit for something here.
It is greatly appreciated. It really is.
So let's see if we can rattle off some of the names. I see LaMontagne in there on the line, number 71. Sorry, we'll get these guys together. Shea Healy is in there, senior 5'11".
Yeah, I expect them to work in all the seniors this game. Absolutely give them all a shot.
Well, it is senior night here today, which is great. Is your brother a senior as well?
Yes, he is.
Beautiful. I said, unfortunately, we started our broadcast a little late because they started senior night at 6:15. We started at 6:30. Didn't get everybody in there. We got a few of them, but we wanted to get. We had a little added bonus footage here for senior night. All right. Different personnel, same result for Belmont. It looks like they're going to kick again here.
Who's the winner?
Always see a lot of motion. You don't see a lot of motion, a lot of punts here, but
And that's
little
very
rugby-sized
interesting.
kicker. This one's a bomb over Zach Labb's head. He's going to let that thing go. Great bounce for Belmont. So Rockets going to start with probably their weakest field position here with 2:15 to go.
Coach Fio used to love changing it up on, especially punt return, special teams in general, but punt return every single week there would be a new game plan for that, and we'd have 6 or 7 different options that he could call from the sideline that we would line up in different coverages downfield, different pass rushes. It's really impressive what he does.
What is a coaching staff like this? The game's in hand. It's the last regular season game. The playoffs are coming up. They're going to be seeded on November 3rd. On Sunday, we'll know at 1 o'clock. What do you do like that now at a game like this? Is like, do you show different things? Do you not show different things? Do you try to, what's the benefit of a game here in the second half?
See, I think there's definitely positives both ways. I think obviously if you keep it very simple, you don't show anything off on film for the teams you're going to be playing. That's a fantastic run.
Tell you, Cyrus Cousin gets his ball. The second time he gets his hand on the ball, goes for about 40 yards. First time he goes in for his first touchdown. So I tell you, it's got to be a little disheartening to say, Bursey, you go sit down, and then Cyrus Cousin is running over the Marauders here. So, but sorry to interrupt.
No worries. Yeah, and if they run some new stuff, you'd love to see the new guys get in and get some work. Those younger guys who are, they're the foundation of your team. They're going to be here for years to come, and it definitely depends on them for the next few years. It's very interesting to see.
How does the Rockets, listen, the Rockets had a little bit of a down year last year, but there was a couple of games they lost by, literally in the last play, right? And a lot of it had to do with, an imbalance of, 20 seniors, then 8, then 20, then 8. That's sort of how they had it. I said, but the Rockets seemed to be able to not, just reload every year. I mean, a team last year that we thought was going to be a rebuilding year is a team that's tearing apart Division III this year. I mean, what does it say about the program?
Not to take anything away, this team is incredibly talented. So many good players on this team, but it definitely says a lot about this coaching staff. Coach Fiore, Coach Blanchard have been doing this for a long time, and they've gotten really, really good at what they do. They just continue to make these kids better day in and day out. Practice is hard. It's hard, but it's really, really, really beneficial for these kids.
Number 39, Jonathan Lee with that carry tries to swing it out. It gets stopped, and we have moved into the fourth quarter here. It's a tough run here for Belmont, and even when you try not to pile on, it's been tough to do. So we mix it up. So I can assure you that John Fiore doesn't have a reputation of trying to rub it in, but this has been a tough game all around. Second and 10 here. Shoot, handoff up the middle right there, gets stacked up immediately. Nice play, defensive play right there. That was, looks like Logan Abrams, sophomore, number 30, getting his hands on the ball.
you know, it's very important to get these young guys in, get them some experience in a game like this, because you can't just throw them to the wolves, you know, week 1 of next season. It's very different, you know, playing on a Saturday morning, say, in a JV game in comparison to under the lights on a Friday night in front of all these people. It can be intimidating your first time.
Shoot right now looks like he's flanked by, it might be James Rodriguez, number 26. Hands it off to Rodriguez up the middle. Oh, he's got room. He takes it for about 5 or 6. So gains it back to 3rd down. This might be a 4th down here. Might see the punt team come out here for the first time for the Rockets.
I got 4th and 7, 6.
About 6.
4th and 6, and the Rockets look like they're going to kick this one away. Looks like number 16, Bobby Morris, is going to kick this one. Good kick by Morris. Lands it right in front of the send. Nice fair catch right there, but it's going to pin Belmont deep. Belmont has had horrifying field position all day long. They just can't get anything going. They've been pinned deep, and it's you know, the field's been tilted a little bit here. 10 minutes to go here. Rockets in command. See a lot of new bodies there. Listen, start reading them off, buddy. Look at those numbers and let us know who's in the game defensively for the Rockets.
From what I can see up here, we got number 26, James Rodriguez. You know, I need to get some glasses. We got number. Let me take a look. Let's find out.
They may be worse.
Yeah, it might be a little much on me.
We're trying out glasses here. Listen, hey, one of the things is going to be a sports broadcaster. Let's get those eyesight 20/20 any way you can.
Get that checked out.
All right. 45 Zaylen Puffins there. I said, what a cool name that is. Brought that up before. Wow, stacked up immediately right there. I said I could see distance. I just can't see my phone. That's my problem.
I'm the opposite.
We'll get you some LASIK, and we'll make that happen for. It's going to be 2nd and 4 right here. Side handoff gets about 2 yards out there. 64, Alex Giusetto's out there. 68, Quinn Yandel's out there as well, the line. Like we got LaMontagne out there. We mentioned Puff, we mentioned Rodriguez. Luke Rogerson is out there playing safety. In the middle, number 49, Colby Ferris in there at linebacker too. Son of a very good friend of mine, Scotty Ferris, who was the quarterback the year we were here in Reading. 1935. Right? That's what we say. I think everyone knows how. Exactly.
Somewhere in the 1900s.
8:07 here to go. Rockets in command. They're going to switch it up right here. It's going to be a 4th down.
Now, Jordan, have you done anything like this as far as, you know, down in school being, you know, up in the box, kind of like this?
I do a radio show every week at school, a sports radio show, just talking about all pro sports. It's kind of a seniority thing, the broadcasting, so I'll get into it as time goes on, hopefully next year. But yeah, radio show every week. I love it. I enjoy it.
What are the big pro teams down in Coastal Carolina that everyone likes to talk about? Because I don't know if it's the Panthers.
Maybe 10 years ago it would have been the Panthers. I see a lot of Falcons fans.
Yeah.
Atlanta's not too far, but honestly, there's a lot of Northerners. There's a lot of New York fans down there, which is interesting.
New Yorkers.
Yeah.
Any particular sport that's your favorite? Anyone
Football,
that you like?
Football's definitely my
it?
number one, but I love all 4 major sports, man. I could do them all.
7:05 here to go. Rockets 53, Belmont nothing. It's going to be 1st and 10 here for Rocket. Coach DiLoretto's in there. It's going to be Shoot is going to lead out the team here. Number 58 joining there. It's Barrington Anderson out there, 65. Anthony Rosenfeld. 42, Brandon Booten out there, split left. Evan Manfredi near us. Could be Rodriguez, can't see him here, who's flanking Shoot. I'd like to see Shoot maybe put the ball in the air. Let's see. It's something. It's a key thing to be able to just sort of run the clock out. Oh, big run right there up the middle. First down, about 12. Ethan Pember getting his. I don't know if that's his first carry, but nice job by Pember right there for the first down. Not that we want to pour it on, but we'd like to see maybe Shoot. Let's see what we can do with the passing game.
I would love to see him get a drive or two going. That would be awesome.
22 is Pember, right?
That's right. James Rodriguez in. Looks like he's going to come in for Pember right now, running back.
I'll tell you what, Shoot's put on some height and weight since the last time I remember. 6 foot 180. He's bigger than I remember a few years ago. It's impressive.
First and goal here, shooting the shotgun. He's flanked by Rodriguez. He hands it right at the middle. Takes it for about 5. James Rodriguez. Call it 2nd and 5 upcoming as the clock ticks down here. Rockets and Belmont. So listen, it's sports broadcasting. They have a program down there for you, right?
Yep.
Any real world experience that anything that maybe not now at your age or at your senior year, any real world experience where they can get you in co-oping? What do they have?
So they offer tons and tons of internships. They work with the minor league baseball teams down there. They have a partnership with the New Orleans Pelicans, which is really interesting. They send a lot of kids there. There are organizations that send kids to the Super Bowl year in and year out to see the booth. Yeah, tons of opportunities. That's why I chose a bigger school. I feel like they have more opportunities for what
Jonathan Lee in at running back right now. He gets the carry here. He's got a little fire on him. He goes right up the middle.
Oof. Big block.
Number 39 looks like Danny Woodhead out there. Was that Woodhead? Did Woodhead have 39?
Good comparison.
Right? Little guy with a little burst of speed. Jonathan Lee out there.
Yep. That's a guy I loved watching.
He was awesome. A little guy who had a heck of a pro career. You got to be shifty when you're that size because you start playing against some of the animals out there. So Danny Woodhead, awesome Patriot. They break right now. I think it's, let's see who we have. I think it's Brendan Boudiette is now at center. Shea Healy out there on the line as well. Lee flanking Shoot. Shoot hands it off right up the gut. Oh my gosh. And he busts out. He's going to get his first touchdown right there. Jonathan Lee, and he is absolutely pumped. Sophomore, 5'5", 140, and Lee goes in. Not to pile on, but guess what? His second or third carry of his career. And Lee cuts right, looks great right there, and turns into a touchdown. So
some incredible
nice run for him.
Vision.
He's super psyched. Great blocking out there. Cuts right, and no one could catch him. Ravens is looking for his block for the extra kick. He had to run for it. Didn't have it. 2:55 to go. Nice job. The team piling around Jonathan Lee, number 39, all fired up for him. They're picking him up. They're gonna throw him on top. They're gonna start having him crowd surf him on the sideline.
You'd love to see that.
Great job for him right there. Ravens up. Kicks it right down the middle as the Rockets continue to pile on here. So we knew this one was probably going to be a game that the Rockets could handle. Love to see them getting some other guys in here. Jordan, it's 2:22 to go. They'll probably do a running clock out here. Let's talk about what's coming up. This weekend, on Sunday, 1 o'clock, we will have the pairings. It looks like, as it sits right now, the Rockets will be number 1. We teased out a couple of teams that could be.
What's going on with, have we checked on...
Checked on Foxborough?
Foxborough and...
Foxborough and North Attleboro. Foxborough looks like they have it in hand right now. Beautiful. So it looks like they will hold on. But we have a couple of different teams, like I said, they could face. We talked about, we obviously know, played Woburn. They're the number 14 team right now. Westboro, Lynn English, Plymouth South, Whitman, Hanson, Westfield. All of those guys could be potential Opponents for the Rockets back here next week, likely 7 o'clock. It might be different. We have daylight savings, unfortunately, this weekend. Very depressing, Brian. Very depressing. Except for Sunday, when you get that extra hour, right? So you know what that means? Going out late tomorrow. Let's do it. We could do that. We could stay for one more, right? It's a kick right here. Belmont runs it back, pushes it out around the 24-yard line with about 1:10 to go. Hey, listen, really appreciate you joining us here in the booth. Love to see any former Rocket player up here. Anything else? Hey, before we go, any other thing you want to pass on? Shout-outs, whatever, talk about it?
I just appreciate you guys having me come out here. I gotta get some experience somewhere, so this is definitely a start.
You gotta do it. A lot of it is just, listen, a lot of it is just learning the cadence between going back and forth between, the two of us. All that stuff is tough to do because I love to talk over people. Love it. Love it. I love hearing the sound of my own voice. Right, Brian? You know what I don't love hearing? Brian's voice. That's why we don't give him a headset. So, Mr. Lindmark, see you later. First down here might be the last play of the game for Belmont. They roll outside. There's a big hold right there. A couple of different holds they're going to let go. Throws it underneath, and they complete the pass to the 30. About 7 yards there, and I think we're going to do the ticks. Hey, Jordan, listen, buddy. Thanks for coming up. Appreciate it.
Thank
Number
you.
89, Whitmer. He's wearing it. What's your brother wear, 72?
Yes, sir.
72 and 89. I said, I know where the Whitmers live because I drive down. I drive down Willow Street and I see the Whitmer signs out there as I'm hauling all sorts of leaves to the compost center. So, hey, really appreciate it, brother. Good to see you.
Thank you very much. Have a good night, guys.
And that's going to do it, Brian. Listen, those games are a little tough to call sometimes because it was a Belmont team that was overmatched by the Rockets. Rockets get to get a lot of other names in there. Little highlight, love to see Jonathan Lee get the first touchdown at the end there. But the Rockets are on to the playoffs next week. We will undoubtedly be here next week. We will know who we're going to play on Sunday afternoon. I will try to get links out and all these updates. So